Hello, welcome back to the Daily with Akeisha. Isn't this a wonderful background? Look at all those plants, all that greenery. We are slowly coming together. I definitely need to buy new pots. Um, and I could walk, and I have walked to it. It's just very warm. So Clayton's out with the car for the next couple of days, so I may have to do a little walk down to the store so I can carry the big pots. If this was in Vancouver and I had my bike, I would have like a little shelf on my bike I could put things on, but I do not, and I don't like riding with bags because they bounce around and anything can happen. Anyways, hi, welcome. My name is Akeisha. Thanks for being with me for the first time on my patio with my greenery. Sorry, I just can't stop looking at my beautiful new babies. If you are in the Puerto Vallarta area, in the Los Delfines area, I highly suggest, I don't even know the name of this woman, but she has a sliding door. She's only open in the afternoon. She closes at 5. I know this because I just went and saw her and then didn't have anything to hold the plants in. So I was like, I'll be back. I have to grab a bag from home. She closed at 5. I walked all the way back and she's closed. But she has these beautiful creations of these air plants and little eucalyptus plants, and she just creates them in all different type of holders, or just kind of creates these like out of a beer can or out of a little teacup, or out of some wood and whatnot. So definitely was like, okay, really minimal plants I can put around the house that don't require a whole lot of maintenance, but would just like liven up the space a little bit. So very, very, very excited to go back to her tomorrow. But yes, today's conversation, I wanted to talk about this way of measuring success in a way that maybe I've talked about, not quite sure. Maybe I've bounced around the conversation, but today it came really up in my world, this measurement of success and how we often do it, whether we're aware of it or not, in this operating system of measurables and goal setting as far as measurables. And really at the end of the day, when I'm very honest with myself, I do not measure any of my success, truthfully, on measurables and hitting like targets. I have a different way than a lot of people out there, which isn't to say that the way that I operate or love to operate isn't abnormal. There's a lot of people who do it my way too, or we do it in a form of, but it's not the way that's like first taught to you and most prescribed. So this way has come, this conversation is really like prominent in my world because I've been going through a lot of like shifts and whatnot of what are my goals, what am I setting out to do, starting basically from scratch here in Mexico, not having my norm, not having my client base, not having anything I can kind of lean on. It's kind of this, no, it's not kind of, it's really this choice I've made to start basically from scratch with the tools that I have, with the knowledge that I have, and the vision I have, and really do it in a way that is supportive and light and expansive and of creation that lights me up. And what doesn't light me up is picking a goal and deconstructing it. I have fought with that way of doing things my whole life. And I always come up short towards it. But anything that I've loved creating and like been truly like super happy with my success, I've never done because I had this goal and then I like deconstructed it. Now there's certain deconstructions that work when you need like legit logistics, like how do we get the studio set up in 5 hours for like a theater presentation? What does everything we need to go into? Okay, time block that out. Like that works. But when it comes to like my life or my business or my dreams or my way of being, deconstructing those, setting like blockers up, I feel like I'm being put in a straitjacket. And so I've really had this internal battle, and I described it to my friend today as if I was sitting in a car and my ego and my higher self are like catfighting at each other, trying to like, no, well, this way it's been done, this way it's been done, this is how you're supposed to do it, this is how you're doing it, this is how people will know that you're successful. And there is a key. This is how other people know that you're successful. And by other people knowing that you're successful, then you'll know that you're successful. And so many people can ask for $1 million and they can say, well, increment that down. How much do I need, like, to the day, to each day? Or how much do I need each week? Or how much do I need each month? And there's a reason why I can't even get on board with any of that. And I think I've tried to in the past. I know I've tried to in the past. But it doesn't work because it's so much more than all of that. For me, it's like, am I happy? Am I joyful? Am I playful? And I've had this conversation a lot with myself and with camera about being joyful and happy and being me. And there was a point today when I was talking to my friend, I like called her, I was like, I need to have a clearing session with you. Like, I need to clear a bunch of stuff because I am getting stuck in this everything. And when we like laid it all out and I got all my crap out and I saw it and I immediately was seeing my limitations, there was this moment where she was like, well, what's your measurement of success? Like, to whose expectation are you setting your success or not? And is it the measurement of success or is it you being happy? And truly, what is your measurement of success? And why does it have to be anything that anyone else says? And if you were truly being you, what could you create? And if you were truly being joyful, what could you create? And we kind of described it as like there was this elephant in the room. Like, on one hand, I'm saying ABCD, and Clayton's like encouraging me to do ABCD, but I'm on the corner being like, but there's like an elephant, and this elephant is this like unannounced measure of success, like this measurement scale barometer that's like in the room that like I didn't want to talk about. And it came about a bit more when I was like, everything that I've done, I wouldn't have said I made like financial success. And we started unpacking that and asking if that was actually true for me, and how when I got my FST training, my measurement of success that I didn't know was running a lot of things and therefore creating scarcity and, well, lack in my world, was I wasn't seeing that my tuition and investment in FST was being paid off because I wasn't able to pay it off and pay for my life. But in reality, I actually did pay it off. And anything I made from that was mine. Like, I'm not paying it back to the tuition. So it was this like kind of actualization, well, the actuality of like what the truth was. Like, and I just kept diving in and in and in and in. And so I guess I'm sharing what like my measurement of success that lights me up is if I'm joyful, I'm happy, I'm connecting with people, I'm helping changing lives, I'm helping even shift one person's perspective to create more for them. And if I do that through a bar session or a bar's facilitator session or a stretch session or a conversation or sharing of my skills, if I am just continuously helping, facilitating people into expanding their own world, then I feel like $1,000,000. I truthfully feel that. And so why do I then go from there and then turn that measurement to success and go, well, it's still not successful because I still don't have 50K in my bank account, or I still don't have XYZ, or I still don't have blah, blah, right? Like I'm like constantly bringing myself back to this interesting measurement, this elephant. I really see it like this, just like elephant with his ass facing me, not even just like the lovely elephant, just like his ass. He's just like, this is the barometer. You still haven't met it. When it brings me no joy, this way of measuring success brings me no joy. And I keep comparing myself to it, which is something that, oh my God, there's a huge ass bee. And it almost went inside my house. That was like this big. It was huge. So I don't like doing comparison. I don't like doing this or that, like this for that and this for that for this for that. I'm like, there's just everything is possible. Everything is available. Everything can be ours. Everything can be mine. And if I had all the money in the world just flowing to me, I go back to this question: what would I like to do with my time? Right? So connect with people, facilitate people. Like I would still want to do all of those things because they light me up. So I really had to sit with myself today and give myself grace for every time I was in comparison of my own self of like, this is how I measure my success, but it doesn't match up to this measurement of success. Therefore, I'm not successful. Like this elephant to the room success barometer, specifically, interestingly enough, really related to money, is a way of being that can work for a lot of people and motivates a lot of people, but it does not motivate me. And my truth is that I am so much more driven by something else. And I have not acknowledged that and just fully heartedly gone with that. I have stuffed it down and been like, okay, well, that's my personal, but that's like not actually a measurement of success. But it truly is. So I'm going to work on clearing consistently everywhere that I am constantly holding that out of the picture. I'm going to like shut the door on this elephant in the room success. Anytime it comes up, I'm just going to acknowledge it like, oh, there it is again. And I'm going to choose something different. And I'm going to choose something different. And I'm going to choose something different. Oh, there it is again. And I'm choosing something different. There it is again. And I'm asking for a difference. I'm asking for what else is possible. I am going with what lights me up, the way it lights me up. And if I'm constantly lit up in my life, that is the only thing that that truly matters to me, is if I'm happy. And everything else can go fuck itself. I have to be happy. And I think we say that so much, but how many of us and how often do we actually truly hold our happiness with such reverence and regard and honor, in a way of like, everything else can go. Am I happy? Does this make me happy? Okay, cool. Yes. No. Okay, I'm just going to leave that there. And so part of the evolution of Akeisha and starting her life from scratch in Mexico and creating from a space of truly what is possible. I have visions, I have goals, I have dreams, but I need to let go of the hidden objectives that if I do XYZ, I'm going to get ABC and it's going to mean EFG. Because that EFG is an objective that's most likely not even mine. And it's driving something that I don't need or don't want. So I'm happy. I'm doing what I'm doing. It's going to lead me somewhere. I'm leaning into this like leap off of a cliff and just keep choosing yes, 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 nope, yes, nope, yes, 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 nope, 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 yes, yes. And just feeling into, is this bringing me joy? Is this bringing me joy? Is this bringing me joy? And be brutally honest with myself when it isn't and when it is. And being so focused and enthusiastic and almost crazy about being so happy in life and almost being being hyper attached to this vision of if I follow my joy, everything's going to work out for me. Everything that I want is going to be created. And if I do it for the love of it, everything will fall into place. I see it happen, but I didn't think it can happen for me. And the thing is that I have to choose that it's going to happen for me. I have to choose that it's going to be with ease. I have to choose that I can handle everything. I have to choose that I am worth it all. And I have to choose you're worthy of it all, right? I have to choose this. I have to choose being me. I have to choose letting go. I'm pointing to my tattoos. I have to choose what else is possible. And I got to let go of the elephant in the room ass of this reality success barometer that only looks at measurable metrics. I get it. I get that it can work, and I get that numbers can say things, but I don't operate for numbers. I never have. I never want to. I operate for the creation of it, and I operate for the futures that these creations have. Someone else can take care of the numbers. Just let me be happy is what I really just want. Take care of the numbers. Let me be happy. And let me create futures that are joyful and expansive and full of choice and full of possibility and full of expansion. Let me be there. And I need to give myself time to be there. So cheers to me and anybody else that's listening to this that is operating in the same kind of way or been on this journey or going in their own journey. If these type of conversations are interesting to you, let me know because I definitely love talking about the side of things when it comes up and it's really relevant in my life. So yeah, that's me for Daily with Akeisha. If you'd like to support this creation of life in any way, there's various ways to support this creation of Akeisha's life. You can check on any of the links in the show descriptions. And if you're curious about taking a bars class and you're in Puerto Vallarta, reach out to me. If you're curious about stretch therapy and you're in the Puerto Vallarta area as well, or if you're not in the Puerto Vallarta area and you would like me to bring either access or stretch therapy to you, access bars specifically, let's reach out. Let's see if we can create something together. What else is possible? I love to travel and I like to share my lovely fun gifts with the world. So if it's interest of you, if it's like oh, that would be fun, let's create the fun. Okay, until next time, see y'all later. Plant say bye too.